Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode. I'm once again back in World of Warcraft and we're playing WoW Classic. We are on the Paladin. We are going to continue leveling up here in Stranglethorn Vale. I know it feels like I've been here for a very long time, and to be honest, in all actuality, I have been here for quite some time. I am actually, in all honesty, enjoying the Stranglethorn area. It's actually one of my favorite areas of Classic, and I remember now why, and most of it is to do with the fact that we can actually get quite a good amount of levels in this area. That is, of course, compiled or combined with the dungeons that we tend to do at this level. So all in all, a nice area to be leveling in. A lot of quests, a lot of stuff to do for such an area, which I think I'm not sure, so my memory is not all that good of what it used to be in terms of the questing zones in World of Warcraft, but I feel like Stranglethorn is one of those areas where you can actually get a decent amount of levels. I think that is one of the reasons I liked it. I didn't have to do a lot of traveling around, so I always do tend to like areas where things are clumped together, where you can get many quests. You can pick up a bunch of quests and complete them all in one go, or within close proximity of each other's. One of the things that I personally dislike about questing, but it is a thing, so you know, might as well not complain about it. And it's not that I'm complaining about it, but I've always liked areas where you can pick up a lot of quests. They're all close to each other. You don't have to travel far from one quest to another to complete it. I'm not a big fan of quests that have you going backwards and forwards. I just find that as being wasteful with regards to your time as a player. I get it, it does help with exploration of the map, but once you start traveling, say, from point A to point B, and this can be either in the same questing zone or across the map, and the map in World of Warcraft itself is absolutely huge, and then have to go, then you know, you hand in the quest, the quest giver that you handed it into gives you another quest and sends you back to another location. I just don't like those. I just find them very time consuming. That is my personal opinion. I get it and I understand why they're put into the game, but generally most often I will tend to avoid stuff like that just because I find them out of my way. And I suppose with stuff like that, I probably end up losing out on some bits of lore because I'll just not really bother with stuff like that. I do like the kill quests, if I'm honest. I find them easy to deal with. Not so much when we have to get stuff off NPCs, and there's a lot of quests that do ask you to kill a specific type of NPC until you get X amount of whatever item they want. So I suppose with it not being 100% drop rate, it does add to some point to your XP, which then kind of works slowly into your leveling up, and that's nice. But with the really low drop rates that some quests can have, it can be quite frustrating, it can be quite tedious, it can feel like you basically are, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things that I suppose it depends on how much patience you have, and I have a decent amount of patience, but sometimes I'm just not up, I'm not feeling it. I don't really want to spend too much time trying to get a certain amount of items from NPCs, but because we are leveling up, and I am trying to get to Outlands, really. It's one of those things, you know, don't look a gift horse in the mouth, I guess. So I'm just keeping that in mind. Now, of course, as you can see, these gorillas that we're fighting are actually higher level than us. I do like the axe, mostly for its design and its color theme. It does have a nice ability. We got this from Scarlet Monastery. I'm going to be honest and say, I find its added ability where it does that spin thing kind of useless, to be honest. It really doesn't improve my DPS as much. I guess it would be useful in a scenario where we're fighting multiple targets, which quest-wise really doesn't tend to happen very often. As you can see right there, just one gorilla can actually take quite a bit of my health down. So the last thing I want to do is fight multiple targets. And I'm going to be honest and say that when I started out, and I didn't say it, but I'm going to say it now, when I started out playing the I was going to call it Death Knight. That shows you where my thought is right now. We are not far from the pre-patch being released, so I'm grinding it as much as I can, trying to get my Paladin to Outlands before that. I think I have plenty of time, but we'll see exactly what happens there. Ideally, I'd like to have the Paladin at level 70 before the release of the pre-patch, but we'll see exactly what happens. What was I talking about? Oh yes, I remember now. So when I started playing the Paladin class, I'd say up to level 10, maybe 15, maybe 20. I wasn't really enjoying it that much. In all fairness, there aren't really all that many abilities at that point in the Paladin class that you can actually use. Right now we've got a decent mix of abilities. Granted, not all of them are damaging abilities, so there's that to keep in mind. But we do have a good amount of abilities, and I'm actually starting to enjoy it. I'm getting used to being up close and personal with the NPCs that I'm fighting, whereas when I first started out, I kept wanting to do things from far from a distance and not get up close and personal. But then I guess that is, if you want to call it that, muscle memory, in the sense of I spent a lot of time playing ranged classes when I played World of Warcraft, and so to me it was almost natural to not want to get up close and personal with creatures that I was fighting. So I played what? I had a mage, I had a priest, I had a warlock, I had a hunter. The only class that I had that was melee was a Death Knight, and I only did that because I was a tank with it. And so because I played so many ranged characters, I had, when I picked up the game, this tendency to want to fight things from afar, and I kind of struggled with the whole concept of being close. But now I'm getting used to it, and I am really glad that I stuck with it, because right now I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually liking the whole ability to heal. I'm also looking at what other people are doing in the guild in terms of leveling up. Clearly, I am not the only one that's doing this. I'm sure there's many people in the guild with the exact same thought process as me, probably racing against time, because this is what it is. So this brings me back to what I was saying before, in a sense of grinding it out. I am basically grinding it out to try and get to level 70 before the pre-patch. Now, ideally, in an ideal world, I would absolutely like to try and do some heroics. If I do get a chance to do some heroics with the Paladin as a healer, I will of course be recording that. As you can see, we are now in the second half of Stranglethorn Vale, particularly, to be more precise, the bottom half. So if you were to take Stranglethorn Vale, cut a line across the middle of it, horizontally, and half it, I'm basically on the lower half of that portion. And I'm actually enjoying this area. This was the area that kind of comes to mind for me if you were to mention Stranglethorn Vale. I do remember the quests, or some of the quests that are up in the upper part of it. I did remember them. I guess it's been refreshed now that I've been playing it. But most of the quests, and most of, I suppose, my fondest memories of this zone are down here in the lower part of the quest. I do remember there's one where we have to do some stuff with some pirates and stuff like that, and go around some ships and find captains or something like that to kill. I think, I'm not sure, but we'll see when we get to that point if I am right, particularly if I remember it correctly. It's funny how memories tend to work. Sometimes you remember things in a way, and it's not really exactly how it was, if that makes sense. So yeah, I guess it's an interpretation of how, I don't even know. It's one of those things, I don't know how it works, but I know that sometimes we can remember things somewhat different than what reality actually was. Okay, with that said, back to killing gorillas. Now, one of the things I remember here on my very first character is I did this with my hunter, and I wanted to tame a gorilla, so I think I died a couple of times, had a couple of failed attempts with taming a gorilla. I don't really remember the taming mechanic, I just remember the action of trying to tame a gorilla. Again, I was trying to tame a gorilla at a level where I was slightly, I guess you could say, underleveled with the gorilla. As a hunter, you don't really have very many heal abilities, and if things go wrong, which sometimes can happen, well, you're gonna die. You did have, I don't know if that's still a thing nowadays, but you did have the Feign Death ability, which did come in handy, but it didn't heal you. It just basically pretended to be dead and lost aggro that way, but I think it's still a thing in the game, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so I'm trying to get my bearings here in terms of where I need to be headed, and you know what? One of the mods that I've used the most, to be honest, with this game is, of course, Questy. Questy's been very helpful. It's got moments where it's not all that good, but all in all, I've found Questy quite helpful. The fact that it puts icons on quest NPCs that you need to take out, and it has different types of icons. So I think it's got like a little sword for ones that are related to kill quests, and then like a little bag icon for NPCs that you need to kill for a specific item. But it also shows you their location or possible locations on the map. I find that very, very useful. I know it clutters up the user interface, and I get that, but that's actually good clutter for me, at least. Now, I could go and hand in what I already have, but I'm not going to do that. I am going to stick it out and try and get as many quests, and I'm gonna try and deal with this dude. Again, he's level 41. We're not doing half bad. I do hate that net, to be honest, though. It's one of those inconvenient abilities that NPCs can have, and they can put a net on you right as they're about to, or just before they're about to run off. I'm hoping these guys don't run off. If that is the case, then I will have to try and stun them. So now the proc on my axe ability has kicked in. Now he's running off. Can I get him? Nope. Close enough. I mean, he wasn't running in the wrong direction, but just imagine being netted and then the NPC running towards other NPCs and pulling aggro on those. That can end up pretty badly pretty quickly. So my flash of light right now is actually quite useful. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that. I'm just wanting to close some applications here that I'm finding annoying. Alright, we don't have... well, we have a quest there that we can pick up, so I might as well pick up this dude that aggroed onto that other player. Yeah, I guess in a way, he helped me kind of break up the crowd there. So I did find that a bit useful. There is a quest here that we need... Oh, hello. We have a friend. He has a friend. And he's called in. So I'm going to have to go through my abilities. Now, one thing I don't really like is when I end up having to use my abilities to kind of stay alive and run out of mana. It's one of those things, as a mana user, sitting down to top up on mana. Oh, this could be good. Quite bad. Oh, I'm panicking right now. There we go. Yep, yep, yep. What I was talking about earlier. It's a good thing that the net came off when it did. I'm going to pull this dude right up here just to kind of give myself the space in case he does run off. And now I'm trying to kind of position in a way where I can actually hit him. Let's see. A lot of misses and parries there. And he's a runner. Oh, will I get him? Don't think I will. Ooh, that was mighty close. Yep. This could end pretty badly for me. I'm gonna have to try and drop aggro on this dude and give myself a heal here. I don't have enough mana to deal with two of them. One of them would have been fine. I don't know, can I take one of these guys down and then do a runner? Maybe that's an option. Maybe not with the nets though. Yeah, so this is how quickly my mana drains in these bad scenarios. I think there might be a chance I can take Pretty Boy Duncan down. There we go. That's it. I could chance it and take this guy out as well. Blood Cell Raider. Don't know though how successful I'll be there. This could get a bit tight here. Okay, maybe. Okay, we got lucky there. We got lucky. On the bright side of things, we have cleared the area out decently enough, so that should make it easier for me to actually interact with the question mark and progress this quest line. Hey, if Mr. Druid right there would be so kind as to help me by taking out the other raider. No, of course, why not? Why would you do that? No, I guess I have to do it myself. And I'm pretty sure if I go for the quest question mark there, I'm probably going to aggro them, so might as well just deal with you here. Now hopefully, and this is what I'm praying for, we don't have respawns on top of us, so I'm trying to kind of position in a way where this Blood Cell Raider doesn't run into the other Blood Cell Raider. Although at this point in time, to be honest, it doesn't make a difference. I've kind of cleared the camp out. But what I would like to do in an ideal world is get that quest progressed without actually aggroing the final one. He's a bit far, but he's coming up on us. Quest complete. Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah, that's what I was trying to avoid. I'm going to have to sit here and take it whilst the quest gets progressed, and then we have to deal with it. Luckily, I have enough in terms of mana and health resources to be able to deal with this. Quite relaxed, actually. I'm thinking, and this is just a thought, maybe I'm going to try to get myself in another dungeon. I feel like that would be quite useful in terms of the XP. Maybe get some gear from there as well. There we go. One entire camp fully cleared out. Okay. So I can go around the bridge and deal with the... I'm guessing this is the Naga quest. Let's see exactly what level they are. I'm hoping they're not too dangerous. We've got a mage. I'd rather not fight him. Or her. So I'll try and avoid fighting the blood mage. Bloodsail Mage. Yeah, we don't want to pick a fight with these dudes. I'm guessing, yeah, they're not part of the quest. Okay, someone's aggroed that one, so we're okay. Yeah, here we go. That's what we need. So another quest where we need to kill these guys for... Oh, they will hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we're ready for this just yet. So, I could go and do the Jungle Stalkers. Now, I could have tried to have done it. It would have been quite difficult, to be honest. And dangerous, probably with a lot of deaths for me. So, yeah, we're going to avoid that because obviously we also have the repair build to take into consideration. And when I do get to Outland, I do want to save up money for the flying skill to get a flying mount. It's really helpful to have a flying mount in Outland, to be honest. For everything, really. For farming, resources. There we go. Thank you, Mr. Gnome. Okay. So I'm trying my best to kind of do the ones that are closest to me and kind of work my way up. Oh yes, this is the area I remember I was on about before with regards to the pirates on the beach that we need to deal with. I don't know if I said it that way. Oh, net, of course. Yep, dazed and dismounted, because why not? Yeah, so further down there you can see the sails of some ships. I remember that quest quite well, where we have to fight loads of these pirates. Don't remember what the aim of the quest was, but I do remember that we travel from one ship to another, killing specific enemies. So that is something that will happen at some point in the future. Luckily, this guy, whilst he is higher level than me, he's not too much higher level, or his level is not too much higher than mine. So it does make it bearable. Just. Just about. He is a bit of a tough customer. There we go, come on. 405 XP. Right, buff up. Just in case I might bump into something else that could potentially be painful. Alright, so apparently there's a quest here that we can do. I'm not sure what quest it is, but I'm about to find out. Yeah, okay. Well, that's going to require some assistance there. Don't think I can solo this elite. I might have to come back here at a later time as well. So this is another one of those quests. Sadly, if I could, I would do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask in the guild if anyone else needs to do it. The reason I want to do it now is because this will actually give us a good amount of XP, and I want to do it at a lower level rather than a higher level, just for that extra XP. I just realized I don't know what the quest is called. Ha! Might have to close the chat now and open up my log. I'm just going to spell his name out. Try and be careful here because some of these names are a bit weird to spell out. Should have actually linked the quest, but I forgot to open up my quest log and link it. So I was feeling lazy there. I didn't want to retype it, to be honest. So I'm going to wait here for a bit. We'll see if we get any results from that. I'm hoping that someone else in the guild might want to do this dude as well. Hold on a second. No, he's got a friend. Are they going to do this? Probably. No, they're going past it. Nope, they've stopped. I'm just going to kind of keep an eye on these guys. Just kind of curious what they're doing here. Nope, they've gone past it. That's fine. So I'm not getting any results from the guild. Okay. So someone in the guild was asking for an enchanter, but don't know if I can help them just because I am quite low level in terms of enchanting, so I don't have a lot to offer at this moment in time. But it depends. I might be able to get a free skill if it's within level range. If not, sadly, I'll have to tell them I can't do it. Mono regeneration. Nope, I'm afraid I don't have that. Yeah, that's sort of out of my set of skills. Let me just double check though. There we go. Let's see. No. Nope. Nope. Yeah, so that looks to me like it's a enchant that I might learn at a later date. Or, yeah, might as well. Okay. I guess I'll link him some enchants just in case the person's interested in any of them. If they bring their own materials, I can do the enchant for them. And if it's an enchant that is, I suppose, that qualifies for, leveling up, then I get a free level by enchanting and stuff, which makes good sense to me. I don't use my materials and stuff. And, hey, a point in enchanting is a point in enchanting. Some of the items and things that require, items for enchants really do tend to cost quite a bit. So I'm trying to be as cost effective as possible. I do realize that at some point I will come to a point basically where enchanting is going to fall behind. I'm trying to keep this as late as possible and trying to progress it as much as I can now in the early days, because as I get closer to level 70 I'm probably going to fall behind with enchanting, in which case it'll cost quite a bit of money to level it up if I'm going to basically go off getting whatever materials I need from the auction house. Well, there goes this dude. He's completed the quest. I think he's a bit high level for this, but it is what it is. I guess for now we're just gonna have to drop this and come back at a later time, and hopefully we get lucky with him. I'm sure I'm gonna keep my eyes on the chat, on the looking for group or looking for more, and hopefully manage to get him done eventually. I mean, I have what, 1, 2, 3, 5 bars or bubbles, as I've heard them called, until I get the next level, which I'm sure that would make a big difference, but I still wouldn't be able to solo that elite. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to basically come back at a later time. I've waited long enough here. I'm not really getting anything that could help me. It's kind of sad. Plus, we also would have to wait for him to respawn. Thinking about this whilst on the topic of enchanting, I'm going to try and looking for a group right now. I'll type that up and let me just see. I think it's best that I link the quest. Okay. A lot of high-level players in this area. Maybe this has got me thinking. Maybe I'm slightly underleveled for this area. Yeah, so as you can see, it is in red. And ideally, I'd like to do it because of the XP bonus that I would get. Okay, so clearly he's waiting for this guy to come back up. If this looking for group thing is not working out, then yeah, we're going to have to carry on with other quests. See, I could go and do some quests, but then I'd have to travel back here. So I'm already here. The way I look at it, might as well just wait it out a bit. We might get lucky. We might not. I know this is kind of time wasted. It feels that way, and it actually is. But you never know. You never know what will happen. Now, the question I've got is, will this NPC spawn just in that location, or does he have a chance of spawning anywhere else? So I'll be walking up and down this coast just to kind of get an idea, because he has despawned, or his body has despawned, which normally indicates that he's about to respawn. So it'll be interesting to see where he respawns. I guess if we don't do it, at least I'll know, generally speaking, where to find him for when I do end up doing it. Yeah. We'll wait this one out. Now, what would have been nice, and what did used to happen at some point during the quest items, for example, say the Horde player would do this boss or rare, and what I would used to do is I would sit about knowing that I needed it as well, and kind of watch what the Horde player was doing and how well they're doing, in the sense of, you know, are they about to get owned or not kind of scenario. And so what I would do is, if they needed help, and this is my aim at least, if they needed help, well, and I could see that they were struggling, I would then jump in and help take them down, or take down their target. Now, two things can happen when this would take place. The Horde player would, well, actually a couple of things could happen, to be honest. The Horde player would take down the boss with my, or the rare, the elite, with my help, which was nice. You know, in that case, I would sort of expect them to help me out as well. And sometimes they would wait with me. I'd tag the same target, and that Horde player would help me take out that target. Now, other things could happen would be the Horde player died, because I can't heal them, I can't sustain them, I can't really do much for them in that regard. And I would then end up tagging that target, and the target would have been, I don't know, halfway done or almost done, and I'd get the point. Which, you know, at the end of the day, my whole aim when I was doing that was to actually help the Horde player, in the hopes that the Horde player would help me back with the same quest. So, you know, oh, here we go. We got ourselves our first group, and we are ready to wait out this boss. I'm now, unfortunately, I guess the second part of this video will be just me waiting for both the player that has joined our group to come and help us, but also possibly, most likely, waiting for the NPC to respawn. In which case, yeah, it's just a waiting game. Now, if our fellow comrade here gets here quickly, we could try and race the Horde player in tagging him. And I'm referring to the NPC there. Once we've tagged him, it counts as ours. So that means we can kill him without having to wait for him to respawn. But he doesn't seem to be very close. So I guess you'll have a bit of traveling to do. Therefore, yeah, there's a bit of waiting. But like I said, I want to get this one done sooner rather than later for that little bit of extra XP. Alright, so just as a heads up, I've decided to kind of start doing some work on some other quests. I've just felt like I've waited there for long enough. I'm sure our companion here is coming to help us because he wants the quest as well. But I thought whilst I'm waiting, I'm going to go and start making some progress, hopefully, on some other quests. Now, these raptors, again, are a bit higher level. This could potentially be bad for me if I do like too many of them. But, yeah, okay. Oh, he's just arrived. Okay, I might have to finish this raptor off and go back to the area. Okay, so yeah, he's been telling us to come, so we'll have to go there. I'm just going to basically tell him that I'm on my way, and we'll have to go once we're done with this particular raptor. I do like the ability to heal myself mid-combat. I feel like that's quite cool, and that is one of the things that has made me appreciate playing a paladin. Alright, grab that. And yeah, it's time to go and meet up with our teammate. I am so glad that I'm not having to run this on foot. I can imagine how long this would have taken. I mean, I know for a fact that not long ago that Horde player, which was a hunter, turns out, took down that elite. Oh, for God's sakes, please do not dismount me. So, going back to what I was saying, I know that we'll have to wait for him to respawn. How quickly he respawned, I don't know. But it seemed to me, at least probably because I was sat there just waiting, that it did take a long time for the NPC to respawn. Now I could go down this way. I feel like this is the right way to go. If I would have taken that path, I feel like that would have taken me to a dead end. So I don't really want to waste this guy's time that's grouped up with me for this particular quest. Okay, we are nearly there. Right, so he's telling me not to hurry because he's dead. Well, I know he's dead because I've just seen the Horde player take him down. Which is what I was saying just before. And I think after that moment, it's when I kind of just decided that to go and do some other quests whilst waiting for someone to... whilst waiting for him to come. Right, am I in the right place? Okay, yes, I can go down this way. See, I couldn't tell behind that hill if I had access to the beach. There we are. Here's our friend. So, I guess we'll have to do a little bit of waiting here now. I don't know what the words a little bit of waiting, a little bit, particularly actually means. He has despawned, or his body has despawned, meaning he's about to respawn. So that is good. I think we made good time. I'm ready to go. We have another paladin here. I can't wait to get... Ooh, what good timing. I'm going to let him pull him out. I'd rather not fight him in the water. I'll try and help do some damage on him, but I can always heal our friend if we need to. So I will do some damage here. Every little counts. But I'm going to primarily save my mana for healing our friend here. Seeing as he's gone in as the tank, I can always just take a step back and heal him, keep him topped up. I don't know what type of... Yeah, he does have AoE attacks. That's what I was worried about. There we go. Don't you worry, Sunshine. I got you covered. I could... Yeah, okay, that'll do. Nope. I'm going to have to back up now. Heal myself and him. My flashlight is just about sustaining him. Realistically, I need the actual full-on heal. There we go. Yeah, there was no way I could have done this by myself. And I guess I should thank this guy, because look, he's done it as well. So it's level 42. Well, thank you as well for your help, you know. I'm more than happy to heal you if you need a healer in a dungeon at some point in the future. Don't forget about Sethum. Sethum's the greatest healer. So, anyways, that is it. We got him done. I could probably continue doing some raptors. And when I've got enough quests completed, I'll start handing them in. Like I said, like I've explained quite a few times in the past, I tend to not hand in quests just as I complete them. I like to group my quests together, complete as many of them as I can, and then go to the quest zones or the quest givers, and hopefully the quest givers are clumped together within a fairly small area, and hand them in all at the same time. It just feels and gives me that feeling that my work will have been worthwhile, that holding off and doing all the quests have been rewarding, if that makes sense. I feel like if you complete each quest that let me rephrase that. I feel like if you hand in each quest as and when you complete it, it doesn't feel that rewarding. Whereas when you get a big bunch of XP for handing in a bunch of completed quests, I find it personally a lot more rewarding. So that's the way I like to do my questing, just to have that feeling of reward. Okay, we got hit by a fireball there. That was not nice. We're going to get hit by another one. Yep. That was not nice either. I guess it keeps me warm, hey? What do I know? Right, I'm going to go back to the raptor zone and work on that. And of course, with this particular episode, that is pretty much it. Thank you all for joining me. I really do appreciate your support. Join me in the next episode, and we'll continue doing some leveling up. Who knows, maybe at some point just around the corner, hopefully I will be able to also do a dungeon run. But that is it for now. Until next time, stay safe, folks.